Hey everybody, welcome back to some more charity shop pickup videos, and yes, we have been doing a lot of these lately, and you know, there's always going to be more coming. I'm never going to stop, because every single time you go into a charity shop, you're going to find new finds and new things to buy. So let's get straight into this one, because I have an assortment of PS2 titles. Yep, that is right, this is just going to be completely PS2 related game titles, because those are the only ones I could find this time round, and some of them were like titles from my childhood, others were classics that I wish I owned as a kid, and others as well were just titles that I just really was curious about. So this could be pretty interesting. So the first one I want to get through is a platinum version of a game, and that is Final Fantasy X2. Yes, another addition to my Final Fantasy series, as I'm always trying to hunt these down, trying to add to my collection whenever possible. And the Final Fantasy series has always been intriguing for me as one of the most brilliant ingenuity ways that they can do a RPG game. That open world, that adventure, even the battle styles, the techniques that you can use. The story is on par with pretty much with each new installment. It's really hard to distinguish which story I prefer, but every time I play a Final Fantasy game, I get immersed and sucked into that game so bad that I feel like I am the character I am playing. Just going in, it's words cannot describe. Play Final Fantasy, that's all I'm trying to say. And I managed to pick up this one for 99p. Normally when a title sells really good, it gets a platinum version, so it sold a lot of copies to get a platinum release. Even the back as well, you know, you look at the screenshots, the battle styles on those are pretty, high tech for back PS2. You thought, wow, where you could do battles like fights and that is on a whole new level. Nowadays when you see fighting, there's more like controversy, like more open world elements, so you can actually move in your environment. But that's still good back in the day, they're still going forward, and the Final Fantasy games still live on strong. Right, moving on to another new title. We have one from my childhood, and I'm so glad I managed to find it. Stuart Little. This is like the big photo adventure, but the idea is to just go around, your area, taking photos, doing missions, that type of thing. So it's not really like a hands-on big open world challenging game. It's very relaxing, and that's what I love about it. It's just one of those pastimes I can play without having any worry about trying to get to the finish point. The next PS2 title I have is Lord of the Rings Return of the King. I've played many of the Lord of the Rings games on PS2, and the fighting scenes have always been my kind of go-to area as a kind of fun and unique. I would always replay certain areas just to, have that experience relived again. And I think with Lord of the Rings, I must have restarted the game so many times just to play the opening fight scene, because it's such an amazing experience that cannot be topped. Obviously at the time as a kid, I played the Lord of the Rings games before I watched any of the movies, so I had no idea the whole story. I was just basically playing it as from a gamer's point of view, and from a gamer's point of view, I feel like they nailed it in every single bit they were going with. The next title I have is probably what some people would prefer as the worst game they've ever played, and that is Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't think this is a bad game. I think Shadow the Hedgehog is an underrated game. Many people don't like it because it's not what you would expect from a normal Sonic title, and what people get confused about is that this isn't Sonic, this is Shadow. And if people know Shadow from the series and all that, then you would know his attitude. It is not about speed like Sonic. So when Sonic plays his game, he's fast, everything's fast, in the zone, you're whizzing around the screen. That's a Sonic game for you. Shadow is more hot-headed, more action, and just, all about trying to impress and trying to outbeat everyone else. So when you play a Shadow game, never take it on the chin like, oh, I really want to expect it as a running game like Sonic, because Shadow is not known for speed. However, he is quite fast in the game, and he is quite fast in general, but Sonic's known for speed, so why should Shadow be known as speed? But I think Shadow the Hedgehog was the first probably Sonic title game that wasn't centered around Sonic, centered around a new character with a different take on it. He has a fucking bazooka on the front. A fucking bazooka on the front. On the front. You don't get that with a normal Sonic title. It's a 12+. He has a rocket launcher on the front. Anyway, let's move on to our next title. And this is probably, I don't know why I wanted to play this so bad, but this is like, I never knew it existed and I really wanted it. It was 99p. It's Tarzan Freeride. If you ever played Tarzan PS1, you remember on those levels where you're going from tree to tree, on vines to vines, you can just like going and sliding down. The game's basically that, but infinite. And our last PS2 title is a game based on a movie. And no, it is not Ice Age, because I probably know some of you are thinking Ice Age right now, and it is not Ice Age. It is, no, it is not penguins. It is definitely not penguins. It is, no, it is not Madagascar penguins or Madagascar itself. No, 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 no. It is Happy Feet. That is right, I have Happy Feet on PS2 for 99p. I have no idea why. I was curious. I just saw him dancing, you know, bit like you would do in the Lego movie, you know, tap the buttons, you run away from a shark. So yeah, I thought I'd give that a go. It looked interesting, but, you know, considering that I didn't really spend that much on these games, I spent under a tenner, like not even close to a tenner. Probably about £7 or £8 I spent altogether on these titles. You know, it's pretty worth it. Some titles are decent. Some I'm just a bit curious about. Some other people not worth the time, like Tarzan Freeride or Happy Feet, for instance. But, you know, I'm always adding to my game collection, because when it comes down to it, I'm more into my games than with my movies, as I played them more often as a kid. And I've just recently started to get back into movies. I did watch movies as a kid, but I was more playing video games, so yeah, it's really hard to depict which genre I'm more into, and video games will, I don't know, it just has a weird combination for me, but I'm trying my best to collect both of them. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, then please remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn post notifications by clicking that bell icon, and I'll see you in the next awesome pickup adventure. But until then, take care.